Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT. This is WWE 2K24 Universe Mode, episode 242, and tonight we are on a European tour, starting off with Paris, France. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to KO Productions and welcome to NXT, where we are just under 2 weeks away from NXT TakeOver Deadline. Gonna be an awesome show here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so let's waste no further time and get right into the action. Here we go, man. Let's get to work. And tonight we're kicking it off with tag team action to determine who will face the War/Viking Raiders at TakeOver Deadline for the NXT Tag Team Championships. And coming out first, they've had an opportunity to tag titles in the past at TakeOver Battleground. It's the Hurt Business.
Is a tag team match scheduled for one fall on the way to the ring, and a combined weight of 383 pounds. Cedric Alexander and Wesley, the Hurt Business.
Formerly known as Lightning Business, now go by the name of the Hurt Business. They hurt people. They're here to hurt tonight, and they're here to get an opportunity at the NXT Tag Team Championships. But the War Raiders been unstoppable, been untouchable, been dominant forces on the White and Gold brand ever since capturing the gold at NXT TakeOver Great American Bash back in November. Have been champions ever since. Nobody's been able to top them. Will the Hurt Business be the ones to do it, or will it be their opponents tonight, or will it be neither of them? Have all teams in the past have tried, all have stepped up, all has fallen, all have bowed down courtesy of the War/Viking Raiders, and here they come right now. Well, here not come the War Raiders, but it could be this case of they come to the ring during the Hurt Business being in there. Because the Hurt Business could be the number one contenders, or it could be these men.
And a combined weight of 403 pounds. Angel Garza and Humberto Lotarios.
Last time these two teams had a little interaction was a singles match in an episode of WWE Dark to End Cruiserweight Championship Contendership, where Wesley defeated that man right there, Humberto Carrillo. Tonight it's in tag team action, and it's to get an opportunity to tag titles at TakeOver Deadline. Will Los Lotharios get it done, or will it be the Hurt Business time to shine for another opportunity to tag team titles? These two men have never had an opportunity to tag titles. They've been in contention to try and earn matches for them, but they've never been successful. Let's see if they're successful here tonight in this one. Going to be a great tag team matchup. They get it started live in Paris, France. A lot of international flavours in this contest. Mexico represented, America represented. Here live in Paris. Going to be a fun one tonight. Hurt Business taking on Los Lotharios. And it's going to be Cedric Alexander starting this one off against Humberto Carrillo, as folks you got to imagine. Looking on very closely are the champions, the War/Viking Raiders. Seeing who they'll face at TakeOver Deadline in less than 2 weeks' time, with the NXT tag titles hanging in the balance. But here we go. It's Berto now. Kicking away at Cedric. Rods a paddle rings the bell. Match up underway as the NXT official gets it underway here. And now look at Cedric Alexander, springboard tornado DDT on Humberto, and down goes Garza, knocked off the apron. Nice kick by Cedric. Super kick rolled through Humberto. Drop kick, down goes Alexander. And now right after the leg now is Carrillo. Look at this here. Dead left into a German cover. Berto could get it here, and a kick out by Alexander. We're going to start off already a fast-paced Irish whip into Hurt Business own corner there, and a nice kick by Carrillo. Isolating Alexander, and there's a standing shooting star press. Humberto already, look at that, and out goes Wesley off the apron, and a moonsault. Middle rope cover to put Alexander down. Leg is hooked, shoulder down. One count once more, and a kick out as this match continues to open up NXT. And we're back live from Paris, France. As Wesley looks on as Alexander takes him out. Big springboard clothesline on the inside of the ring. Now tag in comes West. Lee the legal man now grabbing Carrillo. Falcon Arrow, and these two have had a singles match in the past. Back in an episode of Dark where West went on to face cruiserweight champ Santos Escobar after ending that opportunity by defeating Humberto. He lost to Escobar, beat Berto nonetheless, and could do it again in tag team action alongside Cedric Alexander. Lee got Berto up top, rope back, standing Hurricane Runner from the middle rope on Alberto, and a middle rope goes Lee, frog splash, covering our number one contendership, and Garza breaks it off. Angel Garza said hell no as Lee says hell yeah, and connects with that beautiful twisting corkscrew moonsault, and going for another moonsault, but this time comes up short. Carrillo moves it a harm's way. Carrillo with a drop kick desperately needs to make a tag to Angel Garza. He's not tagged out yet. Desperately needs to do so. Irish whip off the ropes. Carrillo tilts a little backbreaker. And now we listen to me making the tag. In comes Garza. Smart strategy. Garza already initially missing that elbow is Lee. Running boot there, stomping away on a big smack there by Angel. Onto West as down goes Lee. Angel Garza now picking. Wesley up the vertical base here, and now look at this beautiful drop kick. And for the cover of the springboard cover, Los Lotharios, they get number one contendership, only enough for a one. Kick out by Wesley. Lee was unsuccessful in the cruiserweight division. They're trying to find luck in the tag team division with partner Cedric Alexander, who those men have really got along with in several months here in this series, or over a year now. They've really got along with each other. But there's Angel Garza, tope con hilo over the top rope, taking out Lee, and might squander his chances of an opportunity at the tag titles of the white and gold brand. But look at Lee on the outside, taking a fade to Angel Garza, double foot stomp to end that wicked combination on the floor. Angel on the outside hurting, Wesley on the inside. Look at this! Oh, the springboard shooting star press to the floor. Incredible offense by Wesley now. And Lee gonna send Garza back into the squared circle. What's Wesley got in mind? Oh, Angel just loving his life, but there's Lee. Springboards in, drop kick on Garza, cover here. Garza kicking out immediately. Not affecting the handsome man from Monterrey. And now look at this. Angel Garza double underhook, gonna spike Lee in the top of his head. Lee, wow. Lee heading hard. Garza now covers their number one contendership for Lotharios. 2 count. No, man. Where's Lee kicking out now? What a battle to open up the show on the NXT tonight, as we're building to yet another takeover event. We know all the takeovers are spectacular. This one deadline gonna be just that. We've got 2 deadline gauntlet matches, one for the men, one for the women. For it, takeover. Look at this, Humberto Carrillo. Oh man, look at that face. First goes Wesley into the mat. Here's the cover now from Carrillo. Shoulders down here. Scoring 2. No, and a kick out. My God. Kick out by West. Somehow able to stay alive. It's Carrillo and West. Legal once again. Big shot with a forearm. Wesley now. Oh my, look at this. Canadian Destroyer by Wesley. Folds unlike an accordion. Cover on Carrillo. Scoring only 1 and a kick out. As Garza was coming in to potentially make the save, but he kicked out at 1 from a Destroyer. Tag made Cedric legal. We're back to the original 2 superstars that started with. Middle rope goes Cedric. Almost taking himself out in the process there with that dive. Humberto clothesline, missing the mark. Cedric knife edge chop. Big elbow there by Carrillo. And now Humberto. Oh yeah, nice headbutt. Springboard diving headbutt there by Humberto Carrillo. Now Carrillo gonna pick up Alexander to a vertical base here, and another Destroyer. This time by Humberto, folding Cedric like an accordion. Cover on Alexander, and it's Wesley running in to make the save. Humberto kicked out at 1, but Lee wanted to save his brethren. And now he's sent to the outside, packing courtesy of Humberto Carrillo, who's gonna take flight tip a top rope on Cedric Alexander now. Superplex off the top by Carrillo. Incredible match here tonight on NXT in Paris. This is a sold out crowd tonight, Jan, and this is Osman did it as Humberto scoring 2 on Cedric, and a near fall there. Alexander able to kick. Big shot there, no block. Cedric able to stop him in its tracks. Now stomping away. On Humberto Carrillo now. Now Humberto gets caught. Big kick to the midsection. Cedric now. Brain buster by Alexander. Here's the cover. Alexander to get a pinfall win for the Hurt Business. Oh, that was so close. The referee's hand a millisecond away from hitting that mat. And now Angel Garza looks on as Humberto Carrillo somehow avoided getting beat there with a brainbuster. Cedric looking to fly to the floor. Rope assisted, but Wesley grabbed him and ruined it. First Cedric, but West kicking Humberto away as Humberto trying to grab the unlegal participant. A nice elbow drop on the outside now by Cedric Alexander on Humberto Carrillo. Shots from Cedric, knife edge chops on the outside as Alexander now at a count of 4. Gonna send Humberto back into the squared circle. Tag made, in comes Wesley. Humberto in trouble here, and West gonna stop the tag from potentially being made, but there's Humberto, got Wesley now. And Humberto Carrillo, nice Hurricane Rana there on West. Irish whip now, Carrillo, what's he got in mind? Got him in that corner. Oh, here comes Humberto, I've seen this before here. And we'll see it again. Headstand and an Arabian Press moonsault cover. Los Lotharios for the tag title contendership, and now breaking it up as Cedric Alexander and tag made. Angel Garza as legal. Angel Garza now setting up Wesley, but there's Humberto gonna send him back into the ring for Angel. Of course, Angel Garza and West, the legal participants now. West runs in. Beautiful kick by Lee. What's West got in mind? Picks Angel Garza up to a vertical basis. Gonna put him down here. Beautiful form in the corner. I've seen this before from Lee. Cardiac kick. Garza falls in a heat cover. Hurt Business for the #1 contendership. Scoring 2. Garza kicks out. Carrillo would have gotten there in time anyway, but Garza is able to get the shoulder up there. And Wesley not happy with Humberto Carrillo. Look at this big forearm slingshot. DDT drops him on the top of his head. But watch Garza cross body of the slingshot to the floor. Takes out Wesley now. Unbelievable. From Angel Garza, gonna send West back into the squared circle as Garza enjoying and admiring his handiwork. But oh, look out, Angel. Tag. Here comes Cedric Alexander. Cedric legal, massive kick, massive knife edge chop. What there, Angel, nice. And the Garza Irish whip gonna send him into the corner. Tag made, in comes Carrillo once more. Double team offense, double team. Backstabber on Alexander. Carrillo legal. Legs hook, shoulders down. Lothario to get the #1 contendership. Now it's Lee breaking it up as the war/Viking Raiders. You've got to imagine are loving every second of this, because these two teams are tearing each other apart, all for the opportunity to get a shot at the World Tag Team titles. And now Humberto Carrillo flies and takes out Cedric Alexander. And now Wesley right there. Oh, but West get back in the apron. Humberto wants another shot of him. That's exactly what he's going to get. Look at Carrillo here. Oh, West with a counter by 4 minutes. And going there by Carrillo. And Garza sends Alexander back into the ring for Humberto. And for the cover now. Lying that weight now. Shoulders down. Lotharios they're going to deadline. 2 count kick out by Alexander. That was so close. What a matchup live in Paris. The kick is off on NXT. #1 contendership for tag titles at deadline. Knee there on Carrillo. Down goes Garza. Top rope is Alexander. Frog splashes. This one rolls on in Paris. And now Cedric gets caught off guard though by Humberto's back live on NXT. Humberto looking to get the win here. Cedric very weakly kicking out. That may be a good thing for Garza and Humberto, but it's Garza who looks on and sees Humberto fall in a heap. Elbow drop now by Cedric Alexander. And now Cedric gonna put this one to rest here. Gonna go on and face the Raiders at TakeOver deadline with a tag title on the line. Tag made, in comes Wesley. Double team offense. Cedric grabs him. Lee blockbuster. Lee the legal man. Garza knocked off the apron by West. Going for the cover now in Carrillo center of the ring. They pin them out for the second time this series. In just a few short weeks, they got the 3. Hurt Business are the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. And there you go, folks. That'll be the Hurt Business. Is Wesley and Cedric Alexander taking on the Viking Raiders at TakeOver Deadline for the for the NXT Tag Team Championships. My God, cannot wait for that one. But what a great match tonight. The kick is off in Paris. Los Lotharios have nothing to be ashamed of, but it's going to sting for Berto, losing twice now, being pinned twice now by the same man, Wesley, in just a few short weeks. But maybe he'll be one half of the new World Tag Team Champions by the time NXT TakeOver Deadline is through with. Congratulations, Hurt Business. Great matchup. The kick is off live on NXT, but it's going to be a great matchup to end the show today. Live in Paris, France, at the Mad Dragon, former Cruiserweight Champ Ilya Dragunov one-on-one with the inaugural NXT champion Keith Lee. The winner gets a shot at Carmelo Hayes at Deadline for the NXT title. The loser goes into the Deadline Gauntlet match, being the 5th and final superstar. But coming up next, it's tension within Imperium. The winner's still in, the loser's kicked out. It's Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser, former NXT Tag Team Champions. The inaugural tag champs do battle next live on the White and Gold brand in Paris on NXT as Vinci makes his way to the ring and smiles at the camera. Imperium has not been looking too good for a while now. I mean, Gunther has, the leader has, but Vinci and Kaiser not so much. The same night Gunther was able to win the NXT Championship at TakeOver Great American Bash was the same night Imperium lost the titles earlier on in the show to the Viking Raiders previously mentioned. It was Imperium, the inaugural tag champs. The Raiders beat them forward, been tag champs ever since. And Imperium not looking good. Gunther not happy with the state of the tag team and Imperium, so he said, you know what, give you an ultimatum. One of you is clearly the weak link. I want to find out who it is. Whoever loses is out. And it's going down right here, right now. Gunther asked for this match. He requested it. Shawn Michaels, your NXT General Manager, approved it. The winner stays. The loser goes. It's an Imperium War. It's next live on NXT as Kaiser makes his way to the ring.
Imperium from Hamburg, Germany, weighing in at 220 pounds, Ludwig Kaiser.
Here is Kaiser then. Will he be kicked out of Imperium? Or will it be Vinci? These two men forced to fight against their will. They may be good friends. But tonight, with the ring getting out, the former NXT champion Gunther watching him very closely. That is not going to be the case, to say the least. TakeOver Deadline fastly approaching. The TakeOver Deadline Gauntlet is getting stacked with Gunther last week securing his place in it. Yes, he did not win, but he did not get pinned in the Triple Threat NXT Championship matchup last week. We saw Carmelo Hayes defend it against, of course, Gunther and his best friend, Shrek Williams. Melo's best friend, not Gunther's, of course. Gunther doesn't really have a best friend, even though he has a stable full of both these men, but they're not friends. It is a business. It is just an absolute warpath of destruction. So here we go then. First time ever these two going to go one-on-one tonight. They're usually teaming up in tag action, whether it's for gold or not. Here we go. Rod's Apata rings the bell, and this is an odd sighting. Vinci and Kaiser are locking up in that squared circle live in Paris. We've got a German, we've got an Italian. One-on-one in France tonight. These two men getting the European tour. Kicked off the great start in the NXT side of things. And look at this, Giovanni Vinci. Running in with a neck breaker. Look at Vinci out of the corner here. Oh my fancy dancing by Gio. Beautiful drop kick, nice. Another one connecting off the springboard drop kick. Then a running missile drop kick and now a running DDT. Springboard style dropping him on his head. Vinci looking good here, but there's Kaiser European uppercut. We are in Europe. So Vinci getting hit, but that makes sense as Kaiser sends him in the corner. Big kick for the midsection. Oh, just going to scrape his eyes against the top rope with a big massive bald head of his. Giovanni Vinci gets caught now. Kaiser in control. Got the wrist locked. Got him down here. Hammer locked down. He goes and stomping away in the arm. Kaiser, very ruthless, aggressive side of him here. But yes, Gunther joined the Deadline Gauntlet match last week in the triple threat defeat, but did not get pinned or submitted to lose it, so he's still added to that one and trying out another opportunity at the NXT Championship. As Kaiser walks in a submission, figure four leg lock on Giovanni Vinci, center of the ring, nowhere for Vinci to go here except out of it, and that's exactly what he's going to do, release the pressure, and now it's Kaiser feeling the effect, and now Kaiser going to release the initial hold. And now Vinci feeling that, so is Kaiser. Vinci back out of control on a clothesline. Gunther joins the likes of an incredible lineup. As Kaiser missed that one, of course, Big Bronson Reed last week qualifying, defeating Solo Sikoa, Damian Priest defeating Keith Lee to qualify, of course, Oba Femi defeating Dijak. One more spot to be filled, we'll find it out in the main event. The winner goes on to face Carmelo Hayes for the title at Deadline. The loser goes into the Gauntlet Deadline matchup. Of course, you lose, you don't really seem to get opportunities, but when it's both caliber talents like Lee and Dragunov like your main event tonight, it's going to be a fun one. And of course, there are no losers in that scenario, but right now, Giovanni Vinci slingshot, springboard with a crossbody to the outside, going to put his moves in an art gallery as he springboards in, hits a drop kick on Kaiser, who keeps getting up to his feet. What is this guy made of tonight? And Gio in the corner, massive job there. Right to the chest, a Kaiser springboard drop kick, missing the mark. Kaiser throat thrust. Kaiser grabbing Vinci and throws him overhead now. Butterfly suplex by Kaiser as he's showing out to the crowd tonight in France. The German showboating in France. Night best job by Kaiser. Snapmare now off the ropes is Ludwig. We've seen this before. The penalty kick connects on Vinci. Here's the cover. Hooking the leg, shoulders down now. Scoring two. No! Very close call. Vinci kicking out, staying hard. Guys are not very happy about that one. Wants to keep his position and Imperium alongside. One of the biggest names of the NXT brand. Gunther is Vinci. Gets caught with that out the corner from Kaiser. Crossbody caught him in the lower back area. And she runs in, running over, come run on Kaiser now. Kaiser rocked. Overhand shot there in the top of the head. Big shot missing the mark. Kaiser, big massive shot of his own forearms. Throat thrust blocked by Vinci. Vinci now. Suplex turns it into a powerbomb mid motion by Giovanni Vinci. And Vinci's not going for the cover, he's going for a springboard over the world. Cover on Kaiser to stay in Imperium. 2 count. They kick Kaiser out. They kick out by Ludwig. Both these men the inaugural tag team champions, but it's went downhill for them, losing in big tag matches with the likes of Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes and people that aren't even tag teams like Cesaro and Dijak. As Vinci comes off the top rope, frog splash connects on Vinci as Kaiser gets back in control by the clothesline. Down goes Gio. Kaiser too busy showboating. That might cost him out of Imperium. Vinci, schoolboy, scores 2 on Ludwig. And a kick out by Kaiser. So incredibly close there. Giovanni though, big kick to the midsection. Suckers him in here. All across the wall. A spinning high angle powerbomb. Cover. Shoulders down. Scoring 2. No, Kaiser kicks out again. Oh man, Vinci pounding the mat in frustration. Wants to keep his position with Imperium. It may not be the case if Kaiser has anything to say about it. Now a deadlift sit-out powerbomb by Vinci. Another one. Another cover. Another 2 count. Another kick out by Ludwig Kaiser. Great battle tonight. Physical contest as always between Imperium members, no matter who they're against. Just never thought it'd be against each other. Is Kaiser going to lay out the bolt head of Vinci? Beautiful DDT, high angle on the top of Vinci's head. Scores 2. Gio still alive. Another kick out. It's still not over yet. Live in Paris, this crowd loving this between these 2 European superstars. Clothesline of the referee runs up out by Kaiser. He's getting agitated, he's getting angry, and he's looking at cheat against his former tag team partner and associate, Giovanni Vinci, and I don't even know if they're friends. Because certainly they're not tonight. Kaiser with a steel chair bashing the face and the legs of Giovanni Vinci. The referee's down, nothing he can do about it, and just throws it at him. Kaiser now. Not like this, they'll cover the shoulders down, but there's no referee. That would have been 2, it would have been a 3 count by now. Now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and a kick out now. It would have been a 2 count, almost a 3. Well, it would have been him twice, almost 3 times. As the referee now clears the steel chair. Kaiser missing that. And rolling to the outside, trying to catch a move. That might give Giovanni Vinci an opener now. It certainly may. Off the ropes. Vinci flies. Crossbody. Unreal. Giovanni Vinci is a thing of beauty in that ring. Imperium don't want to lose that, but if he keeps losing all the time, maybe he does. And if he loses tonight, Gunther won't want him. Gunther said he issued the challenge, the ultimatum to Imperium. Whoever loses is out, and it could be Vinci who's too busy taunting. Gets hit with an air raid crash on the floor by Kaiser. Kaiser for the count out win perhaps. Referee at the count of 5. Oh, Ludwig waiting for Kaiser again. Oh, look at that. Ludwig waiting for Vinci to get up rather. Tope suicide dive. Not often we see that from the European excellence. Ludwig Kaiser, who wants to maintain his European excellence within Imperium, alongside the ring getter our former NXT champion Gunther. Vinci in trouble now. Kaiser setting him up, inverted, exploder, suplex, down goes Vinci, that may do it in the cover. Kaiser is staying Imperium, Vinci to go, scores 2, Ludwig with a win. Kaiser remains in Imperium alongside Gunther. Giovanni Vinci has now been kicked out of the group. No more Gio within Imperium. It's all over for Vinci within that group. One-time former tag champs inaugural with Kaiser, now kicked out of Imperium a year and a few months after the fact. Congratulations going out to that man right there. Ludwig Kaiser stays in Imperium, stays alongside Gunther as his number 1 guy now. Vinci kicked to the curb. Kaiser can maybe break out on his own as a single star with no Giovanni Vinci holding him back. As Gunther issued the challenge, it's been accepted. Absolute incredible showing as Kaiser laid down the gauntlet, beat the gauntlet, and beat Vinci tonight out of Imperium. But coming up next, folks, the NXT North American title on the line as Matt Riddle yet to make another defense of the North American gold. He takes on Austin Theory. It goes down next live on NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT North American Championship.
Thank you, Alicia Taylor. Great introductions as always. But this is going to be a fun matchup for the North American title because this will be the 3rd time that these two superstars have faced off inside the squared circle here in NXT. The first time was the very first episode and the very first match of NXT in this Universe Mode series. It was an inaugural first round matchup in the inaugural NXT Championship Tournament. Riddle getting the win that night, just eking out a victory against Austin Theory. But then Theory beating Riddle back in an episode of NXT long after the fact, and now tonight, long after that, they do battle again, but this time, the most coveted of them all, a championship is on the line, and it's Riddle's North American title. It's next live in Paris. Don't go anywhere, folks. North American title on the line next. The challenge was laid out online by Matt Riddle. It was answered by that man, the cocky, brash, overconfident but oozing charisma, Austin Theory. The Theory get a championship tonight. He's had 2 separate occasions where he challenged for the North American title against 2 former North American champions, that being LA Knight and Cesaro. Theory wants to become the 5th ever NXT North American champion here in this series. The other champions, the inaugural one, LA Knight, of course, then Cesaro, then Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and now, of course, Matt Riddle. Theory could be number 5. Here tonight on NXT, live from Paris. Will we have a new title change? It remains to be seen. This crowd looking ready for this contest. As my folks, is that right there is what you're fighting for, the beautiful, prestigious, and coveted NXT North American Championship. Let's head to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Alicia Taylor.
Introducing the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory. And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 218 pounds, the NXT
Thank you, Alicia. Going to be a fun one. Matt Riddle now, making his 4th defense of the North American Championship. He has previously defeated the man he beat to get the title in the first place, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, in the rematch for the title. Then beat Theory's good friend Grayson Waller a couple of weeks back in his most recent defence against Glasgow's Joe Coffey. But here we go, Rod's Apata rings the bell in the penultimate contest of the night. Theory and Riddle with the North American title hanging and the balance. Riddle gets him a nice shot there. That's their third encounter. The rubber match going down tonight. Of course, we saw 2 rubber matches last night on Monday Night Raw, and you're going to see another rubber match tomorrow night on SmackDown, with Braun Breaker and John Cena going at it. In fact, that's not a rubber match, that's the second match. There could be a third, who knows? Same can be said with Daniel Bryan and Andrade over on SmackDown as well. But right now it's Riddle and it's Theory going at it. For the third time in this series, first ever match on NXT history, both these men have that cap. And Riddle has the cap of being the first ever winner on NXT. Advancing in the NXT Championship tournament but losing out in the second round to Damian Priest in that one. Look at this from Matt Riddle. Nice shots right upside the top of the head of Austin Theory, in control here on the challenger. With Theory Dragon Screw Leg Whip here in this North American title match. Main event tonight, still to come tonight. Ilya Dragunov, former Cruiserweight Champion, battles the inaugural NXT Champion Keith Lee. Winner gets an NXT title opportunity at TakeOver Deadline against Carmelo Hayes. Loser is the last man added to the TakeOver Deadline Gauntlet match for the men's side, being the last man to be in that contest. This coming episode on WWE, we're going to find out another woman who's going to be a part of the TakeOver Gauntlet match. For that side of things, to get an opportunity at the NXT Women's title, of course, we have a new NXT Women's Champion now coming out of Evolution, Lyra Valkyria, getting a major upset, becoming the brand new NXT Champion against Rhea Ripley this past Saturday night at Evolution. Stomping away on Austin Theory, or stomping away on Matt Riddle as Austin Theory, but Theory, getting too cocky, too hung up in a moment. Riddle now runs in with a double backstabber, now off the ropes out like corner there, nice crossbody by the champion. Here's the cover now to retain the gold. Legacy shoulder down on Theory, and a kick it at 1. Theory kicking it at 2 last time, now it's just a 1 count. Here in this one is Riddle. Big barrages on knees there. Let's see if Riddle can get this done. And this championship matchup, what a knee. Austin Theory open, I believe. We may see collar, may see a crimson mask from Austin. But a big bicycle boot now dropping that champion where he stands. It's Theory looking to wear down Riddle now with the best move. And all the professional wrestling. It's of course none other than the neck crank. Theory now laying in the heavy leather offense, laying in the damage and the punishment on Riddle and stomping him down on the mat repeatedly. And that's North American title tussle, but Riddle gets to his feet. Theory clotheslines him to the floor, however. And Theory takes advantage now, and a big senton off the apron. Taking out the ribs of Riddle on ringside, but a running forearm now by the NXT North American Champion on the floor. Riddle has held the North American title for 61 days thus far. He wants to keep it going. In order to do so, he has to get a second victory over Austin Theory. He done it in the first ever episode of NXT. Can he do it tonight? As he sends A10 down back into the ring after bashing his head off the barricade at ringside. Riddle now springboards in. Beautiful forearm shot. Caught him right in the jaw. Cover on Theory to retain the North American title here. Leg hook, shoulder down. Scores 2. Kick out by the challenger. My lord. Now Riddle. A massive knee there right in the top of the head of A10 down. Theory is hurting. Gotta be reeling after that, but Theory battling back with a float over DDT. In for the cover now, shoulders down on the champion. Theory to become the new champ, 1 count only for Austin Theory as Riddle gets the shoulder up. Theory's had multiple chances at the goal, but he always seems to choke the big opportunities, fumble the big time shots, crumble under the pressure, under the bright lights, and it may be the case tonight. Riddle. Roller sleep German suplex combination cover to retain. That's how he beat Joe Coffey. And I believe that's how he beat Grayson Waller rather. Theory's tag partner of A-Town Down Under. But he's not going to beat Austin Theory with that. Theory able to stay alive. Off Broder sleep and out kicking him away. Theory now trying to regain control here to become the new North American Champion. Drops on there. Patella drop. Brainbuster with a leg tag. Cover. 2 count on Riddle to kick out. Riddle with 3 successful defenses in 61 days as champ. Can he get his fourth tonight and make it more than that? Look at this. Riddle with it cinched in tight. Nowhere for the original bro to go. The champ though gonna get out of it. That's where we can go. And out of the corner. We saw this earlier, but we won't see it again. Theory out of bounds that time. No one on the pool for Matt Riddle. Theory able to avoid that, but look at this. Matt Riddle now ground and pound offense on Austin Theory. And Theory rolling the outside of the ring. Riddle may look to fly here on the inside. Look at that take out Austin Theory. Slingshot forearm on the floor by the champ. Seen that a lot of times from Matt Riddle. We'll see it again. Even this penultimate contest of the evening. Matt Riddle going to send them back into the squared circle now. Springboard's back in. Look at that fly here. Springboard. Beautiful splash. To a down Theory. Cover. Well, that's doing to retain his title. 2 count on Austin. And another kick out by Theory. Theory's been breeding destined for greatness from day one here in NXT, or so he feels. But he's not lived up to those expectations. Can he win the gold now? Look at this. Backslide. 2 count on Riddle and a kick out. Who's going to make it 2-1 in the rubber match series? Can Theory take something valuable of Matt Riddle's tonight? Big smack to the face. Another big smack on Riddle. Nice big shot now by Austin Theory. Big shot there, elbow there by Riddle. Riddle now, backing up Theory. Look at the strength here. Bro Derek by the champ. Look at him attain here. Shoulders down on Theory. Scoring 2. No kick out. Oh man. Theory kick it out. Unbelievable scenes. The middle rope now. Riddle sent on. By the NXT North American Champion. Stomping away on Austin Theory. Theory runs Sando and clotheslines the bro. Off for Matt Riddle. Makes clothesline the weed out of his system. And look at Theory. Showboating as he always likes to do. He's down now grabbing Matt Riddle. Oh, look at this. Choking him out against the top rope. Nothing fancy, but certainly effective in this championship encounter tonight live in Paris, France. With the original bro getting tons of love, Theory not really getting any tonight. But look at this, Theory getting hoisted up. Riddle now with a bro hammer. Tribute or a notch to Goldberg, covered by Riddle for the win here. Over Theory and a near fall. Theory able to stay alive. And now it's Matt Riddle. Oh, Theory nice knee. Right up to the top of the head for the North American title. Theory kick to the midsection. Austin Theory attacks Saya. He's won moves with us in the past. Can he beat Riddle for the gold? Scores 2 in the bro. And a kick out by Riddle. Oh, wow. Austin Theory can't get it done. Riddle keeps fighting back. And a Riddle with a cutter. Or an RKO. And a tribute to his all-time favourite, the Viper Randy Orton over the red brand. Cover on Austin and a kick out. Went for the cutter. That kick out by Theory. Matt Riddle now turns him round. Looking for bro mission. That's the move he used to win the title against Donny Dom and retain it against Dom as well. Second time of the match connects with bro Derek. Cover. 2 count on Theory. No, kick out again by Austin. How the hell is he kicking out of all this offense tonight? Kicked out. Incredible scenes. Riddle top rope. Oh, missing the diving knee off the top there. There's Austin Theory. Theory now Irish whip gonna send Riddle on a corner, big shot there. And now here comes a down the rolling blockbuster out of the corner. Theory for the North American title to take Riddle's reign. Down to take over. There it is. Connecting face first. Off the knee goes Riddle for the North American title. 2 count on the bro and a kick out. How the hell the champs stay alive? This matchup continues for the gold. Live in Paris. We're back live on NXT as Austin Theory going to the all the way opposite side of the ring. Oh, but he drop kicked the referee. Down goes Rod Zapata there. Theory does nobody just done it. He just got low blow for it. Riddle with a low blow. Theory knocked down the ref. Riddle taking advantage with a low blow. Referee's down because of Theory. Riddle now Arabian press moonsault cover. That would have been 2. It would have been 3. Now 4, 5, and a kick out. He would have beaten him. He would have retained. But he would have got disqualified if the official wasn't down, if he used that low blow like he did. Oh my lord. Oh, Theory blocking that one that time. Big smack now. Theory inside Cradle, small package. Conveniently referee getting up. Shoulders down on Riddle. Theory for the title. 2 count. Riddle kicks out. How the hell is this still going on live in France? What a battle. My lord, as Riddle flies in, forearm connecting on by the Bro, top rope. Goes Riddle for the North American title to retain it here. Yeah, that's floating blow. Floating bro, that's how he beat Joe Coffey in his last defense of the gold. Cover on Theory, 2 count, kick out by 8 down again. Amazing match tonight. Stomp after stomp by Riddle. Out of the corner, Riddle. Oh, listen to lock that time, and Theory's going to capitalise. But Riddle on the outside, rolling to the floor. Theory having none of it, just going to send them back into the ring here. Having absolutely none of it as a down. He wants to walk out of Paris. The new North American champion, and he could here. Shoulders down on Riddle. Score in 2, that's maybe it. Riddle able to power out again. Wow. Both men just keep going back and forth, back to square one here. With the championship hanging in the balance as Riddle smacks him in the face. And Riddle went for another smack. Theory with a forearm. Theory fighting back. Austin Theory for the North American title. Second time with a back patella drop. Brain buster with a leg cross to Riddle. And now picks up the original bro. Second time with a J-Town down. That big do it. Theory to win the rubber match and win the North American title. 2 count on the champ, and he got him. We have a new NXT North American champion live in Paris. Matt Riddle's 61-day reign comes to an end courtesy of your new North American champion, Austin Theory. Wow, man. Unbelievable scenes and an unbelievable match and victory for your brand new North American champion, Austin Theory. Congratulations to down. You gotta imagine Riddle will get his rematch. You gotta imagine it will be at TakeOver Deadline in less than 2 weeks' time. But a huge congratulations. We have a new champion live in Paris. History made on our European tour. Theory has captured gold for the first time on NXT. But 2 men that have captured gold before do battle right here, right now, because it's now time for your main event of the evening. The winner gets a shot at Carmelo Hayes at Deadline for the NXT title. The loser is the last man to join the Deadline Gauntlet match. It's an inaugural NXT champion battling this man, the former NXT Cruiserweight champion, the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. It goes down right here, right now. You talk about dream match, you talk about David vs Goliath, but you talk about a match that's absolutely going to slap physically and mentally. And it's going to slap literally and figuratively as well. The Mad Dragon making his way to the ring for an absolute war. I mean, every Ilya Dragunov match is a war, but you get the gist. Let's get into this one.
He's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov.
A huge ovation from the former NXT Cruiserweight champion. The last time we saw him was on an episode of Dark, defeating the man that just captured the North American title, Austin Theory. But Dragunov tonight is going for a much richer prize than the North American gold. He's trying to get an opportunity in NXT title, whether he gets it, TakeOver Deadline, or he wins the Deadline Gauntlet, or even just competes to try and win the Deadline Gauntlet to get that shot at the NXT title. He's going to be doing that nonetheless. He had an incredible run as the Cruiserweight champion with 6 successful defenses as the champ. He looks to get another championship under his belt, under his name. Here in the white and gold brand, he's looking to do it live in Paris. The international scene really spicing up. Last week we were in Iraq in NXT. Tonight we're in Paris. Next week, who knows where we'll go? Probably somewhere absolutely crazy. Like NXT is each and every week right here on KO Productions Universe Mode Series. But here comes the opponent of Dragunov, the inaugural NXT champion, the Big Bang himself. He's limitless.
Weighing in at 340 pounds, Keith Lee.
The WWE Universe here live in Paris, France tonight, basking in the glory of the limitless one, Keith Lee, the inaugural NXT champion who put down the likes of Gunther, Bronson Reed, and so many other big talents, Damian Priest as well, Solo Sikoa, before of course succumbing to Gunther. He lost to the ring general at TakeOver Great American Bash in a WrestleMania rematch for the gold. Then lost him in 2 out of 3 falls following that on the NXT after the fact. Keith Lee on fire, proving he belongs on NXT, however. And he looks like another opportunity in NXT title. Like I said, whether it's that deadline one-on-one against Hayes or whether he's competing in the gauntlet match to try and earn an opportunity at the NXT title. But a caveat here, folks, is if the loser goes into the deadline match, they will be starting the match, either entrant 1 or 2. So they're not going to get any helping hand, not going to be like 4 or 5 or anything. They're going to be either 1 or 2 and the gauntlet. But nonetheless, here we go. It's match up underway. Rod Zapata ringing the bell. The main event is now official here live on the NXT side of things in Paris, France tonight. Keith Lee knocking down the Mad Dragon as Rod Zapata, the NXT official, getting this one set. The Knifefest shop, I'm really intrigued to see who fell out the field in a big beefy matchup between 4 already massive superstars in the Deadline Gauntlet match. Of course, you have Damian Priest, you have Obafemi, you have Bronson Reed, and you have former NXT champion Gunther in there. Who's going to join him? Will it be more beef of Keith Lee, or will it be just a hard-hitting and incredible czar that is Ilya Dragunov, the former Cruiserweight champion? Summit sure as hell moves like a cruiserweight but hits like a heavyweight, I'll tell ya. Dragunov now sends Lee out of the corner with authority and a running flipping neck breaker on the Limitless one here live on NXT tonight. Keith Lee on fire. Lee now, wait a minute, running in. Hurricane Rana by Keith. Oh wow. And Lee taking flight here. Irish whip sends him out of the corner clothesline. Big shot there by Lee and out now. Dropping him there. Lee now, elbow drop, connecting, bending its mark now. Dragunov, roll to the outside of the ring. Keith Lee looking to fly now. What's the Limitless one? Got and store tope. Card halo by Keith Lee. Taking out Dragunov and hitting him hard at ringside now. Lee for a massive man, I'll tell ya. He moves like a cruiserweight as well. He certainly could be a good cruiserweight champion. Of course, the current cruiserweight champion, Santos Escobar. He needs an opponent now for TakeOver Deadline. He was the man that beat Dragunov for the cruiserweight title. Beat him in 2 occasions. Beat him in NXT for the gold. And then beat him in the rematch in the opening contest of TakeOver Vengeance Day last month. Or 2 months ago now, back in June it was. Now Dragunov, massive, needed a face of the middle rope cover now for the NXT title opportunity at Deadline against Hayes. And a kick out by Lee immediately, as you got to imagine. The NXT champion Carmelo Hayes, one going to be relieved he'll be facing a new opponent for the NXT championship rather than Gunther or his good friend Trick Williams, his arch enemy or his best buds. He'll be facing someone else at Deadline, but he's going to be having a close look at seeing who it will be and scouting them. He's faced Keith Lee before at TakeOver Stand and deliver in the semi-finals of the inaugural NXT Championship Tournament. Of course, Lee winning and going on to Mania to win the gold against Gunther on that night. Lee off the top frog splash on Dragunov, almost winning it there. He'll be able to power out. My lord. Melo's got to be watching this one very closely. He could have a very different opponent, a man he's never faced before in this series. That being Ilya Dragunov, and Dragunov's first opportunity at the NXT title. He could get it at Deadline, or he could enter the gauntlet to earn the opportunity after losing this one. As Keith Lee gets dropped there. Nice arm drag there. Is Dragunov going to clothesline Lee to the outside of the ring, and that's how you lose the Royal Rumble. That's the objective of the Rumble. If Dragunov's in the Rumble, he certainly knows what he's doing. And look at Ilya now to the outside. Tope Suicida. I mean, you could technically do that in the Rumble too. It's not going over the top. Dragunov throwing caution the win, however. Trying to get an opportunity already. One-on-one at Deadline. I mean, what would you rather? A one-on-one match at Deadline for the NXT Championship? Or would you want to be in a 5-man gauntlet with 4 other massive superstars breathing down your neck and going at you? And you'll need to end to either 1 or 2. That's rather the one-on-one match. That's where Dragunov rather. He went for the cover and Lee's able to power out. Big massive knee now. And a really Dragunov here. Another knee there, connecting right on the top of the face of Keith Lee. Lee not having it. Lee running in. No, knife fist chop on Keith. Oh, big shot again. Dragunov lighting up the chest of Keith Lee. Oh, Lee now lighting up the chest of Ilya. Headbutt now by Keith. And now what's the limitless one gonna mean? Picks them up here, dragging up in our world. A hot big body slam by the inaugural NXT champion. Looks like it a second reign at the goal, whether it's at deadline or by winning the gauntlet. But just having a great show in the gauntlet. We'll have to enter 1 or 2 though. Lee, top rope, he may get the win here against Dragon. No, but they got to face Bello 1-on-1 at deadline. Moonsault off the top of the big man. Scores 2. Dragon able to kick out of a 340-pound man. Moonsaulting, almost a bam bam salt off the top rope, straight onto you. Unreal. It's Lee now flipping neckbreaker, showing his agility. And this matchup are now going to show off his power. He truly is limitless. Massive deadlift powerbomb on the Mad Dragon, who's trying desperately to fight back, flying clothesline now by Ilya. And now Ilya dragging off. Firing up now, trying to get this crowd in Paris behind him. Here comes Ilya, dragging off. The beautiful rebound lariat by the ropes, covered by the Mad Dragon to get a title match. A takeover deadline kick out, shoulders up by Keith Lee. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever wins this matchup, of course, facing Carmelo Hayes at takeover deadline, but Hayes will be in action next week in a warm-up match, going 1-on-1 with Cesaro, where the winner of this match will have a warm-up match of their own, taking on Melo's good friend, Trick Williams. Both those matches going down next week, and former NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley will be back in the house. It's been announced that she will cash in her rematch at takeover deadline. 1-on-1 with Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Championship. She'll be in action next week in a warm-up match to try and get ready to reclaim her women's title with a white and gold brand. And finally next week we're going to find out who will challenge Santos Escobar. We were alluding to it moments ago. We'll find out who will face him at deadline with the NXT Cruiserweight Championship on the line, as Axiom goes 1-on-1 with former NXT North American Champion Dirty Dominic Mysterio. That's next week, folks. You don't want to miss it. All that and so much more going your way. But right now it's Keith Lee who delivers a spirit bomb on Dragunov. And for the cover now, shoulders down, a kick out by Ilya. Somehow the Tsar able to stay alive, and he's getting up like it's nothing. Getting right to his face against Lee, and he just knocks him right back down. Massive four, but Ilya back again. The vertical bases, vertical balance here is the Mad Dragon chopping the hell out of Lee. Sends him into the corner. Dragunov now. We saw this earlier, we'll see it again. Middle rope on drag. As the crowd chant, this is awesome. Indeed it is, live in Paris. Dragunov in the corner. Looking to get a title match 1-on-1 against Melo. At takeover deadline. Torpedo Moscow. The move that gave him the Cruiserweight title. Will give him a massive win against Lee. And this massive main event that kicked out by Keith. You gotta imagine a victory for Dragunov tonight would be an upset. But it would be a massive win nonetheless. And really cement Dragunov has been a part of the main event scene here on NXT, but right now it's Keith Lee clothesline. We're going to get back into the matchup here. Get his comeback, get a second flurry. Here in this one, he's hit new gear in this battle against the Mad Dragon. Ilya Dragunov tonight. As Lee now sends Dragunov into the corner against the ropes rather. Oh, we've seen this before from Lee. Runs right through the clothesline from Ilya and pouncing Dragunov almost out of the damn ring. Cover now on Ilya. Keith Lee for the NXT title shot against Melo, and a kick out. You gotta imagine what Melo's thinking right now. Dragunov won't say die, but Keith Lee keeping the fight going. Keeping his foot on the gas pedal. Middle rope on Ilya. Frog splash, nobody there. Dragunov out the way. Knife edge chop by Ilya. Once again, big shot in that section. Another one. Dragunov now. Off it's him and DDT. Oh, wow. And we know that a takeover deadline, and winning this match facing Hayes for the title. We know that Rhea Ripley invoking her rematch for the NXT Women's title against Valkyria. The two deadline matches for the men and the women. It's Dragunov nails Lee with a massive powerbomb, and now going to follow through with the H-bomb on Lee. That may be it to send a clear message to NXT champion Carmelo Hayes come deadline. Dragunov for the #1 contendership. Score 2 on Lee, and a kick out by the inaugural NXT champion. The Limitless One is still alive. An incredible win event tonight. My God. But we know those 4 matches going down at deadline thus far. We'll find out a Cruiserweight title match. We'll find out a North American title match. And then earlier on tonight we also found out what's going on in the tag team division. The War slash Viking Raiders going to be defending the gold against Wesley and Cedric Alexander, the Hurt Business. Awesome stuff all round, and come to think of it, the North American title will probably be on the line with Matt Riddle invoking his rematch for the goal against Austin Theory, who beat him moments ago earlier tonight. But late now, Big Bang Catastrophe to beat Dragunov right here in the face Melo for the NXT title at deadline kick out by Ilya once more. Oh wow, what a matchup. We know the men's side of the gauntlet is gonna be Gunther, Bronson Reed, Obafemi and Damian Priest, and the loser of this matchup. So far, the women's gauntlet matchup only consists of Raquel Rodriguez and Tiffany Stratton. One more woman will join them this coming week on WWE Dark as Alba Fire goes one-on-one with Roxanne Perez. Alba looking to still get her first victory after great performances as of late. Roxanne looking to bounce back after a recent NXT Women's title loss to former champion now Rhea Ripley, after Valkyria won back at Evolution this past weekend, becoming the new champ. But right now, it's back in the ring. Slogfest between Lee and Dragunov. Back and forth action. Blow for blow, these two men go. Trading shots, trading blows in the center of the ring, live in Paris, France. What's going to give? Who's going to get the upper hand? We've got a hockey fight as Paris loving this fight. What action tonight? Action personified. Here live on the white and gold brand. In Paris, Dragunov seemingly getting the upper hand there against Keith Lee. Sends him into the corner and sends his face first off that top turnbuckle pad. Now in Dragunov. Now, big face rake in that corner. Looking to send Keith Lee down and get what many people would consider to be an upset over the inaugural NXT champion. But the former Cruiserweight champion, no slouch, and he's proven it. Lee sent out. He's laid out. Center of the ring. In the corner rather, Dragunov at the other corner, coast to coast. We've seen that before, we'll see it again, and it's devastating, almost even more devastating each and every time. And now Dragunov in the corner, looking to put Lee down to face Melo Hayes and take over deadline for the NXT title. Flying, running H-bomb out of the corner. That's also giving Dragunov success. Will it do so here? Yes, it will. Dragunov with the biggest victory of his career, defeating Keith Lee tonight in Paris, and he will face Carmelo Hayes now at NXT TakeOver deadline in less than 2 weeks' time for the NXT Championship. But now Keith Lee is going to be the last man to join the men's deadline gauntlet match at TakeOver deadline in less than 2 weeks' time. My lord, folks, what a match and what a win for Ilya Dragunov as he reigns supreme live in Paris, France. What a matchup and what a show it's been, folks. That's all we have time for here tonight live on NXT from Paris. Thank you for tuning in and joining tomorrow for another action-packed edition of SmackDown. You don't want to miss that, folks. We'll see you then. Until then, though, folks, take care and we'll see you very soon.